Okay, I didn't forget to start the recording. Unfortunately, the old tier list glitched out and lost all our progress. Rather unfortnite, as Confucius would put it. Chespin! Yeah, fine, the fourth gym. S tier. Chespin is sick. It's very cool. I was originally gonna go with Chespin as my starter in X and Y, like when the first trailer was revealed. And then we got the Koro magazines, and then Quilladin was revealed. I've grown on Quilladin over the years. Am you late? No, you just arrived. Quilladin, where's the fourth gym? It's in Lava Ridge. I think it's the name of the town. The Lava Ridge. Chestnut. Quilladin, yeah, it's just ugly, but I think it's better than people give it credit for. Chestnut. Really cool? Not as cool as Chespin, though. Fennekin is S tier, above Quilladin. Fennekin is a very sick design. It's a very pretty Pokemon. I think it has the best middle stage by far as well. Braixen's just awesome. You know, I was a hater at first, but that's just because I was like 12 and it's feminine, and I was like, ew, girls. But I've grown up. Braixen's a very sick design. Not as cool as Chespin. Yes. How do I get to Lava Ridge? I don't know route names at the top of my head, Porygon, to be frank. You gotta go through Mount Chimney, I think it's called. You gotta go up and down. You gotta go up the escalator thing. Delphox, I'm not a big fan of at all, though. I think Delphox is ugly and I hurt the line. Here, Full Arbor. Gotta do the Meteor Falls thing. Chestnut is a really cool design. I mean, sorry, Delphox is not as cool as Chestnut, to be frank. I feel like this is a letdown. I don't like how much hair there is. I prefer when it was like smooth and sleek like Braixen and Fennekin, as opposed to Delphox. Why do people hate Delphox? It's ugly. Froakie, I think, is definitely the weak link of the first stages. I'm gonna put it at the top of cool tier though. It's fine, but there's nothing really too special about it. I'ma be real. I am a Frogadier not liker. Frogadier is ugly. It is big lame. Frogadier is probably going to be the lowest Pokemon in Kalos, to be frank. Greninja. It's Greninja. What do you want me to say? It's literally like the best Kalos starter of all time. Frogadier is beautiful. I'm Fortnite. So you know, the fight your time with the type disadvantage. That varies per game. Either way, you know, good old Greninja. It's a very cool Pokemon. One of the best hidden abilities in the game, introduced a bunch of nonsense. Good old Gunk Shot, push it over the edge, Norris. Gotta love him so much. Next on the list, Bunnelby. Bunnelby is a good design. It's a very cool looking bunny. It's more interesting than Baniri because it actually has opinions. Bad take. Oh, I'm so sorry I put Greninja in S tier, one of the most popular Pokemon of all time. Oh yeah. Oh no. I almost lost my inner piece of the Frogadier shot. Frogadier's ugly. It is. It looks dumb. Frogadier, like, okay, so originally when the initial starters were revealed, right? I was Team Chespin. And then the middle stages were shown, and then I was Team Braixen. And then the final stages were shown, and then I was Team Greninja. You're kidding. Okay, good. Because I'm objectively correct 100% of the time. Trust. Anyway, Diggersby's kind of ugly. I think it's below Quilladin, to be honest. Diggersby is kind of lame. Not gonna lie. Only on top of Frogadier, yes. Diggersby's kind of ugly. It's just like, how do you go from this cute little bunny with a lot of personality and then you go to this? Like, why? I mean, it's a fun Pokemon competitively, but what's its purpose? Fletchling? Sick design. Fletchling's so good. It has the perfect design for an early route bird. It's a very simple design, and it's just cute. I don't really have anything to say. Fletchinder is a downgrade, though. Mostly because it's not very different. Like, it's such a small difference from Fletchling to Fletchinder that sometimes, like, from a glance, I can mix the two up, to be honest. Watch where you're putting Fletchling. It's really cool that we finally got a regional bird, though, that wasn't normal flying. The fact that it became a fire type here, it even learns Ember before it evolves, I'm pretty sure. Which is so cool. I love it. Talonflame. It's very awesome. Not quite on Chestnut's level. But Talonflame is a very interesting Pokemon competitively. It's gonna eat Chespin's fine. Chespin's too big to be eaten. Like, the Chespin's larger than the bird. It can't be eaten. Anyway, Talonflame is such an interesting history competitively, because, like, you can talk about it pre-Gale Wings, you can talk about it pre-Oris. It's definitely fallen off since the launch of X and Y. I'm pretty sure when people replay X and Y games, it's not really brought all that much anymore. And it's definitely not, it wasn't nearly used as much in Oris as well. And then in Gen 7, they nerfed Gale Wings for no reason, and then it just kind of, it really fell off hard. Nowadays, it's actually ran as a special attacker, which is going to be surprising to people who played Gen 6, because they always associate it being a physical attacker. Scatterbug is actually a really cool design as well, and I think I'm gonna put it above Chestnut. Alright, anyway, Scatterbug looks really cool. I like him. It's a funny little design. I don't really have much to say. It's one of the more interesting Caterpillar Pokemon, because it has, like, all of the, like, the fluffy things around him. It's pretty cool. I'm a big fan of it, to be honest. Scatterbug over Frogadier. I mean, yeah, when you're at the bottom of the list, pretty much everything's gonna be above Frogadier. Read the questions carefully. Spupa is kind of lame, though. I think it's an ugly bug. Funnily enough, Spupa was first revealed from some kind of Mexican leak, if I remember correctly. Can someone answer Porygon's question in chat? I'll get to it later. Spupa is just kind of lame. I don't like, it doesn't even look like a cocoon, like, at all. But thank you, Marvin. Thank you for siding with me, Marvin. Like, it's probably my least favorite of the cocoon Pokemon, just because, like, it doesn't even look like one. Why does this become a butterfly? Anyway, Vivion's sick. But, no, it's the top of B. Vivian is going to be chilling at the top of B. It's a gimmick that it has so many wing patterns is sick, but unfortunately, they're hard to get access of because there's so many of them, and it's usually based on region. And it's just like, so many of these are lame, and I don't like how the default one was pink, because pink wasn't even that good looking, to be frank. It's just kind of lame. Cocoon, it's silk. Well, I mean, it's a bug that becomes a butterfly at the end of the day, you know? Litleo is awesome. You're unsmart. He's playing Gen 3. Litleo is dope. In fact, I'm gonna put it in S tier. Litleo's another really sick design. And I was an unfortunate victim who believed that one leak, well, leak in quotations, of that ice-type Litten. Like, there's gonna be a fire Litten and an ice Litten. I thought that was the coolest thing ever, and then, unfortunately, it just wasn't there. I didn't know what to do. It's just like... Now, Fire Litten on its own is still very cool, and I like how you can get it early game. That's something that Gen 6 does pretty well. You can get a lot of the Pokemon early, and it's dope. Pyroar is a downgrade. Male Pyroar is definitely better than female Pyroar because it actually has more of a personality. But, like, at the end of the day, it's the same Pokemon. They're above Delphox, though. And they're above Froakie. They're just fine Pokemon, to be honest. The Litleo evolutions are stronger. Yeah, it's actually really surprising the Pyroar line did not get any Megas, because it's the ace of the main villain. Like, it's Lysander's Pokemon. So it's like, why did they not give him anything special? They just gave him Mega Gyarados. It's like, why? Pyroar is right here and it needs a buff. Flabebe is aggravating. Not a big fan of it. It's kind of just ugly. It should be a grass type. It's also like a really tiny Pokemon. I could take this one in a fight. I could beat it in a single punch if we're being real here. It's frail. I can eat it. Its flower gimmick is nowhere near as cool as Vivion's wing gimmick either. It's just kind of like whatever. Its shiny is hard to see. I actually didn't have any issues shiny hunting small Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet just because I can see, I guess. It really does need a Mega and ZA. I hope it gets one. In fact, it'd be cool if the male and female ones actually got different forms to help separate them a bit. That'd be sick. Floette, though, is an upgrade. Also, I don't see AZ's Floette on this list. AZ's Floette is S tier. Floette is going to go to S tier. There's a lot of awesome designs in Gen 7. I want to talk about AZ's Floette for a minute here. That design is sick, and we had better get some lore about that thing in Legend Zaza. Because if we don't, that's going to be the biggest disappointment of all time. Like, you can't just... They designed an entire Pokemon and gave it a signature move, but they never put it in the games. Like, you can hack it in. We know its stats. We know everything about it. It's just never released. They need to finally release it in Legends ZA. Like, please. We need to get some AZ lore. We really need it. Florges is also very goated. Gen 6 is going to have a lot of S tier designs, I'm pretty sure. I love Gen 6. It's so cool. Florges is a very big special defense stat. I think it's 154. This thing is a special wall and it gets Wish. It does not die to special attacks. It's just so tanky. It's a girl boss. It's goated. I would have had one on my first team. Actually, I think I did have one on my first team, and it was great. I liked it. Skidoo, A tier. Above, it's the top of A tier. It's not as good as Litleo. I also had this on my first team, and it's so cool that this was the first ride Pokemon if you ignore Rhydon. I forgot about Rhydon when I started that sentence. But it's just so fast, and we better be able to ride this thing again in Legends ZA, or at least let us ride Go-Goat. Go-Goat is better than Skidoo. Not by a lot, though. Not enough to put it in S tier. Also, it bothers me that this thing gets Acrobatics and Milk Drink. This thing does not look super duper acrobatic, and why does it have Milk Drink? I know goats produce milk, but this just scares me, man. The Kung Fu Fan attack. Skadoosh. That's so based, actually. So I can come back without my mom knowing. Hey, so long as you don't get in trouble there, buddy. I don't want you to get in trouble. We must ride them in Zaza. Yes, at least one of the two. Assuming that wild Pokemon return like they do in Arceus, Skidoo better be like the Stantler equivalent of this game. Pancham, I'm gonna be real, it's kind of lame. It's better than Quillen. It's just Panda. And I don't like pandas. Pandas are honestly one of the worst animals of all time. To be real here. They're just so lazy. They would have gone extinct without human intervention. Just, you know? Like, what's their purpose? Hope they show up the shiny show thing again. The shiny show. You forgot about Pancham existed. True. That's some of the worst designs. That is a hot take. Because that's some of the best designs of all time. Aegis/mid-A? We'll get to Aegis/ soon. Pangoro is better, but not by a lot. It's funny JoJo Pokemon, and that gives it a boost all the way up to the B tier. Funny JoJo Pokemon is a good reason for it to rise. I don't really have much of a deep story for Pangoro. It's kind of an annoying evolution method. You have to have 3 dark types on your team, I'm pretty sure, which is like, you're almost certainly not going to have 3 dark types on your team naturally, so you have to go out of your way to do it, and then you can continue your adventure. It's kind of weird. In Legend Zaza, Pangoro should smoke weed. Hey, how do you know that's not what that stick is? Furfro, big Furfro fan. It's another S tier design. I'm sorry, I like dogs. This was my first Gen 6 shiny. It's a really cool one, so it has a little bit of nostalgia for me. It was also a 6 IV shiny, so yeet. I like Heliolisk because it's a gym leader's ace, and I used one at my first run, but I know your point. Also, the fact that I had 6 different designs was really cool, and it would have been amazing if they decided to keep that in the future games, but then Game Freak forgot. So this is literally just the default design forever and ever. It should come back in Zaza, because if it's going to come back in any game, it's going to be that one, right? Esper's cool. Esper is cooler than Bunnelby and Fletchinder. I like Esper. I don't know why, I just find it to be a very interesting design Pokemon. It's a fun guy to use. He's just a goofy little dude. Also, why is there no male Meowstic, but there's male and female Pyroar? What were they thinking? Where is my boy Meow? Did Minecraft give up? I don't know if this is Ruby as well. Alright, so next up, I think this is a better design. Alright, Meowstic is a high rated A. If there was Boy Meow, I don't know where Boy Meow is. I can go get Boy Meow real quick. Hold up. Meowstic now. I know I have the female one downloaded because I had the, Okay, here's Meowstic now. Meowstic now. Let me throw that in. Pokemon folder. Save. Then I'm gonna upload it. Images. Pokemon. Also, there'd be a thing today. Oh, that's Meowscarada. Oh, I already have a Meowstic male. Okay. Meowstic male is not as good as female. All that effort just to roast Meowstic male. It's not as pretty. Wish I knew where you should go. Kalos Mom by a mile. Really? A whole mile? For me, it's more of a kilometer, but yeah, I get that. It's a fair take. Of course it's A tier. Its name begins with A. Honedge is amazing. It's amazing. I'm gonna be real. It's a high-rated Pokemon. It's not as high as these two, though. It's a slightly overrated Pokemon, I say, as I put in S tier. Doublade is just not as good. So we all had, like, a Honedge in our first playthrough, right? Because it's awesome. Actually, in fact, I'm gonna lower Doublade further. Down to about here. Doublade's one of the few middle evolutions that's actually good competitively. Never played Kalos? I mean, hey, with Legend Zaza, you'll have a method of playing it. Not the same thing, but you know. It's the soccer ball that Cinderace play with. Yo, I love the idea of Quilladin just being kicked, so I like the idea of the I like that creativity. Aegislash is a top tier, but it's also overrated. In fact, I think I like Honedge more than I like Aegislash, to be completely frank. Also, that reminds me, is Aegislash even in Gen 8? Yes, it was. Leon had one. The best champion of all time with the best Pokemon of all time, Charizard. Anyway, Spritzy is stupid. I don't have an opinion on Spritzy. I think it's just stupid. It's ugly. It's a dumb bird. Aromatisse is worse than Frogadier, though. It's kind of bad, to be honest. I don't like Aromatisse. What do you want me to say about Aromatisse? Why do these two have, like, a trade evolution item? Is it a trade evolution item, or does it work like a stone? Like, do we really need a signature item to evolve them? Would anyone be upset they evolved by level up? Also, it's like, no. Why? Why did this evolution happen? It's so ugly. No, that's Spritzy, Aromatisse, Swirlix. That's this thing's name. Also, why are there so many mono fairy types in Gen 6? Not gonna lie, it's kind of lame. Most of the fairies are mono type, aren't they? 3 for the Floette line, 2 for this line, 2 for this line, and then Sylveon makes it 8. 8 mono fairies, that's kind of wild. Slurpuff, I'm gonna be real, it's also pretty ugly. I prefer Spritzy. I mean, Swirlix. Goodra should be part poison. Yeah. Or water. Or bug. All of those are good secondary typings for this line. They all fit so well. And then they picked Mono Dragon in the gen that introduced fairies. Why is it Mono Dragon? Did they want it to fail from the start? It says you do not need Surf to get to the 4th gem. I guarantee you that. Inkay. Inkay is cool. It's a funny little guy. I'm gonna put him above Froakie. Also, I feel like I'm the only person who does not hate its evolution method. You're taking advantage of the 3DS's gyroscope stuff, which does make it awkward if any future Nintendo consoles don't have gyroscope. But it's an interesting evolution method. You just flip it upside down. There you go. You got a Malamar. Malamar is a cool Pokemon. I'm gonna be real. I'm not rating it higher purely out of spite, because this thing has swept me so many times with its stupid contrary set, especially when I was like 13 years old and I was not smart and did not know to just switch into a ghost type. I just didn't know how to stop a Pokemon from clicking one move. Flip your setup upside down. Yes. You know, I've actually never considered how you're supposed to evolve it if you're emulating. I guess I gotta flip my desktop upside down. Sorry, gamers. Binnacle? I'm gonna be real. I was a huge Binnacle fan when the games came out. But nowadays, it's literally just like one of the most whatever Pokemon of all time. It's so forgettable. In fact, no, I gotta move it down. I can't say it's forgettable and put a B tier. It's better than Quilladin. I had one on my initial team. On my X playthrough, I'm pretty sure. No, or was it Skrelp? Because Skrelp in this thing is regional exclusive. No, I had a Binnacle. I'm pretty confident. You're worthless. It's just, Binnacle's just kind of forgettable, I'm sorry. Barbaracle is a demon on competitive because it's got Shell Smash, and it scares me so much. I'd rather use barbarical than most other Shell Smashers, because this one feels like the most honest version, to be honest. Who loves barbarical? Hey, barbarical's gonna go, like, here. It's an A-tier design. It's really cool. I'm a big fan. A big metal fan, you could even say. It's pretty dope. Why does it look like it's off-color despite it being its base design? I think it looks fine. This is color-wise. I've never had any issues with it. Skrelp is sick. I love him. He's a cute little design. Top of A tier. He's not S tier, but Skrelp is so cool. Poison Dragon is a really cool, it's a really cool typing. It's just a cute little guy. I just wish it was a little bit stronger, because it just does not hit hard at all. It's annoying the train. Dragology fixes that, though, with adaptability Draco Meteors. But I'm gonna be real, I don't think it has nearly as cool of a design. In fact, I think I'm gonna lower it down to almost the top of B. Just because I think it evolves late, and it's also not strong if you don't have adaptability, which can suck on an in-game playthrough. Give it grass. True. In fact, it's a lot of flowers. It should be super grass. It even has like little petals growing out of its feet. It really should be a grass type. It learns a lot of grass moves. Clauncher. Oh, no, I was incorrect a second ago. I'm pretty sure it's Clauncher and Skrelp that are the version exclusives, not Pinnacle. I like Clauncher. It's a cool Pokemon, but I don't have a lot to say about it. Mega Launcher is a dope ability, and they gave it to Mega Blastoise, which completely outshined Clawitzer. I think Clawitzer's ugly. But not that ugly. Same tier. It's gonna go right below Delphox. I just wish that Mega Blastoise waited a generation, because otherwise, like, it's just completely outshadowed. Mega Blastoise does the exact same thing, except better. This is a big shame. Also, the fact that it, like, only gets Mega Launcher kind of restricts what it does every single game, which is a bit of a shame. It should get a signature move. I feel like it doesn't, but it really should have one. Heliolisk, my boy DeLuigi. He's so cute. I had this on my original team. I was a big fan. I'm gonna put him right below Talonflame. It's a very cute design. I don't know why it evolves with the Sunstone. I mean, I get it. It's supposed to be like solar power Pokemon, but at the same time, I'd rather just evolve by level up, because this thing is so weak. And unfortunately, Helioptile is also not that strong. Actually, I think Helioptile is this one. Heliolisk is this one. It's just so weak, man. Why is it weak? It'll never be good. I don't even know what you can do to buff this thing. I think it needs another evolution, because otherwise this is going to be completely outshined forever. Anyway, Tyrunt is S tier. What happened? Tyrunt is S tier. Absolutely. Not top 3, but it's sick. It's literally a T-Rex. Oh, Fire Electric. I like that. It's a T-Rex, guys. What do you want me to say? It gets Strong Jaw, and it gets a lot of the Elemental Fangs. It gets Rock Head, so you can run Head Smash. It's just sick. What is there to add? Tyrantrum, I think, is ugly. I'm gonna be real. It's ugly, so it drops a few tiers. It's also just really weak competitively. And that's a big shame. I had to put Tyrantrum all the way down here purely because it's an ugly Pokemon. Amara is a beautiful design. You are struggling to get to the 4th gym. Amara is cool. I'm gonna put it above. Actually, you know what? It's the new king of A tier. It's a sick and beautiful design. This was also on my original team. Amara, an ice rock type. Very cool. Interesting type combination. Unfortunately, this thing is really, really weak. And it also has a strange evolution condition of high friendship during the nighttime. And since I was a literal child who had school, I only played during the daytime, which means this thing did not evolve until after the 8th gym for me, and that was a pain. Rocket Claw. I feel like it has to be a water move, though, because it's a water type, you know, for big damage. Aurora's hot take, I think, is a downgrade. I think it's not as pretty anymore. I liked the cute rainbow design, and it gets in the rainbow design when it's attacking, but it should be in its neutral art. It's better than Tyrantrum. No one is helping. I'll get to you after the first tier list is done. Or you can Google it. That works too. Sylveon I already rated, but it's S tier. Sylveon's gonna go above Greninja. Sylveon's sick. What do you want me to add? It's one of the best Pokemon designs of all time. It's so pretty. It's a literal crab. I would be okay with it, because you know what? That actually helps it stand out from Kingler, giving it a steel type. That'd be pretty nice. Hawlucha! I like Hawlucha. I wish it was stronger. I feel like it should have an evolution or a pre-evo. Something's just missing about it. That's why I can't put it any higher than the bottom of A tier. I want to like it, but it needs something. It needs just a little extra. Dedenne. Big fan. And by big fan, I mean I don't really care about it. I'm gonna put it like the bottom of B. It's like the most irrelevant Pika clone. Like, who thinks of Dedenne when you're thinking of all the Pika clones, right? Because like Plusle and Minun come up. You think of Pachirisu because Agent Park. Emolga's too common in black and white. Togedemaru had like a totem thing, I think. Also, it's just a lot more unique compared to the other ones. This thing just sucks. I don't like it. I think it was Gen 7 though. Dedenne was Gen 6. Togedemaru was Gen 7. Carbink is a very pretty Pokemon. I wish there was a way to evolve Carbinks into Diancie. They might do that in Legend Zaza. There's definitely going to be a Diancie quest where a Carbink turns into one. There's definitely going to be one of those. I don't really have much of a deep opinion, though, on Carbink. It's pretty and cool. I like it. Body Press is such a funny move to run on it. Always the only one that evolves. Yeah. Goomster. S tier. Can't put it above Greninja in good faith, but the Goom is high. Goomy is amazing. It's a pretty Pokemon. This is the little goober. I liked it. Sliggoo is not as good. I'm gonna be real. It is an unfortunate downgrade. Very sad. Sliggoo is just ugly. I'm sorry. I can't rate it too high. Goodra is another S tier design. I would say it's not as good as the Goomster, but it is still high. I like it. It's a pretty Pokemon. We already went over it a little bit earlier, but why is it not dual typing? We're pseudo. It is true from a competitive standpoint, unfortunately. Furfrou needs an evolution. I'm not against that. That could be interesting. I don't know what they would do though. Maybe just give it more hair. I just wish this thing was stronger. Like, why does it not have a secondary typing? Hisui and Goodra does not count. Unfortunately, the Hisui Pokemon are not in this tier list, so we'll have to skip that. That's probably going to be in a Legend Zaza tier list. I'll have to just I'll do that on the side. Klefki's annoying. I've never gone into a battle, saw the photo of Klefki, and got excited to battle it. I like using Klefki. Klefki is one of the few Pokemon well, one of the few. It's a low tier Pokemon that actually has a niche in Ubers. Mainly because it's one of the best checks to Xerneas. That's the thing that carries it. Could get a Mega in Zaza. What does the keyring become? Oh, you mean Goodra. I hope so. Yes, I will. Trevenant. I mean, not Trevenant. Phantump is very pretty. I think it's a cute Pokemon. I don't like that it evolves with trade because what is Zaza? Pokemon Legends ZA. The next Pokemon game. Main one, at least. Phantump is a very pretty design. I like the idea it's a kid that died in the forest. It shows them right. That's what they get for dying in the forest. It's called a flex where I'm from. You become a ghost when you die. Trevenant, I think, is a downgrade, but I loved running the Harvest set in Gen 6. Harvest Citrus Berry with the Protect. It would just never die when you play with people who don't know what they're doing. It's so cool. I love it so much. Why am I saying Zaza? Because it's pronounced Zaza. ZA is pronounced Za. AKA before Kalos. Trevenant is a very cool design though. I can't put it in S tier. I just feel like something's missing from it. It's not as cute as the pre-evo, but it's really cool. This could be an interesting regional variant too, because like they could make it like a cherry blossom or literally any other type of tree, and it could be a different typing altogether. It's ZA and not Zaza. No, you gotta say the Za twice. I am not big on Pumpkaboo at all. I'm gonna be real. I've never cared for Pumpkaboo. I have no opinion on it, and I think Gourgeist is ugly. It's the top of D because it's shiny, looks like Camilla, but I'm gonna be real. It's just so lame. I don't really have a deep opinion on, I don't remember the old ones. What are you talking about? Oh no, the old tier list bugged out, unfortunately. And we lost most of the progress, so we have to do it like this now. Rather than Fortnite. They fumbled the bag so hard. Yeah, I don't like the pumpkins. Also, do you guys remember that these things has like 4 different sizes, and they actually have different stats? Yeah, unfortunately, all 4 of them are bad, so it's not really usable. Bergmite is just a goofy little guy, but unfortunately, being a goofy guy alone is not gonna carry it. I don't feel like we need 6 tiers when there's this few Pokemon, to be honest. Avalugg. It's the funny coffee table. I can't in good faith put it very high, but I could put it at the top of B tier. I like Avalugg, but Game Freak needs to understand that bulky ice types does not work. Like you, Duffy, don't say that, man. Don't, come on, don't make it weird. Bulky ice types don't work. Duffy, please delete that comment, actually. Actually, I think I can remove it. Yeah, I can do that. Where does the Sui Nav? We'll do that when we'll have to do the Sui tier list separate, unfortunately. It's so lame. Noibat? I'm such a big fan of Noibat, but unfortunately it's attained so late in the game. I want to love Noibat, but you get it way too late. And it's also just so weak, and it's a pain to evolve. Noivern is also... It's the same problem as Noibat. It's not nearly as powerful as it should be to justify it evolving late. That's the biggest disappointment about this line. Esper's gonna separate the line between the two. Noibat could have been a pseudo if I had a middle level. Yeah, honestly. Or hot take, give Noivern an evolution. You can tweak the design a little bit to make it look more middle. But I think Noivern needs an evolution because it's just not that powerful. Xerneas. S tier. It's beautiful. Xerneas is goated. I love it. Just why at 48? Yeah, it's so dumb. The strength does not justify it. Yveltal is better than Xerneas. Competitive Pokemon has proven over time that that Yveltal is better than Xerneas. Yveltal? No, I'm sorry. I'm never gonna say Yveltal. Yveltal. Like Eviltal. But Eviltal sounds cringe, so Yveltal is what I say. In competitive singles, Xerneas peaked in high school. It fell off hard after X and Y. As soon as Oris hit the scene, it fell off. Like, everyone just remembers how meta dominant it was in X and Y, and they just assume that's how powerful it was forever. No. Yveltal passed it. As soon as Gen 7 came out and Necrozma became a thing, Yveltal carried. It's named Yveltal. No, it is not. A Zygarde dog is S tier. It's a dog. Although, I'm kind of surprised it's in the Gen 6 section, technically, since it was released in Gen 7. But you know what? I understand it. It's goated. Zygarde 100% is okay. I'm gonna be real. It's kind of... I'm gonna put it in A tier. It's not as cool as design as I would have liked. Also, we should get more Zygarde lore in Zaza. Like, we really should. OG Zygarde, I'm gonna be real, kind of sucks. I don't like its design. I like it more than Quilladin, but not as much as a set of keys. Diancie is so pretty. I love it how pretty it is. Also, where's Mega Diancie? Why is it not here? It's pronounced never gonna give you up. I think he's right. I think White Wolf has the correct answer. Diancie's dope. I like it more than Carbink, but I'm gonna be real, I don't think I like it as much as Chestnut. Zygarde was introduced in Gen 7. No, Zygarde Dog was in Gen 7. And 100%. Regular Zygarde was Gen 6. That's my point. Yeah, that's why I was confused why it's in the Gen 6 tier list. Because it didn't have, like, other Gen 6 stuff, like Mega Diancie. It's not being consistent, you know? Yo, that's its evolution. Hoopa Unbound is so ugly. I hate it. It's so stupid looking. Also, it's like such a confusing stat spread. When I was a child, I didn't understand that if you just hit it with a physical attack, it falls over, so I wanted it banned from Gen 7 UU, and I complained so much. Yeah, that's actually a legendary trio, not an evolution line. Hoopa regular is so much better. Also, this thing's like PU in the current generation. Power creep is insane. Also, Hoopa's absolutely gonna be the replacement for space-time distortions, right? In Legend Zaza, its rings are just gonna summon Pokemon from the future or something silly like that, or alternate dimensions. That's absolutely gonna be the explanation, right? It's Hoopa Unbound, Hoopa Regular. Oh, Confined. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I've never heard anyone call this thing Hoopa Confined. Even if that is correct, I'm gonna be real. Nah. Volcanion sucks. This is like probably one of the most forgettable Pokemon of all time. Let's be real, because it does literally nothing. It has done literally nothing in anything. Except maybe a movie, but like I don't watch the movie. I'm only saying this because I'm playing a game with my friend, but when did we get so far? I'd say after the second stream we got here. Volcanion does stink. Yes, it does. They gave out a shiny Volcanion once. Haven't they not officially released that shiny? I mean, it kind of makes sense because it is weak and all that. Let me grab Mega Diancie real quick, because Mega Diancie is not on this tier list for some mysterious reason. Then I'm gonna upload it. I don't think there's any other Gen 6 Pokemon we're missing, so we'll get the Hisui Pokemon done later. Mega Diancie is very pretty, but I'm gonna be real, it's not that much better than regular Diancie, so I'm just gonna put it right next to it. That's it. I'm pretty sure we've gotten all the Megas so far. That's the final Mega we have to do, right? Like 99% sure? So we already did the primals. That was so weird. Anyway, this is the final Gen 6 tier list. It's nothing too crazy. Straightforward.